In this video we will go over the basics of dynamic blocks, how to create them and some of the functions we can assign to them. Here we have a created block depicting a sofa. We are first going to see how to assign a flip function to this block, so we can flip its direction very easily. First, double-click the block to open the block editor. Next, click the flip set in the parameter sets. Now we select the base reflection point, in this case we want the midpoint. Now we select the end point. And we place the label. This exclamation sign tells us that the block settings are not completed still, so we have to double-click it and select the complete objects. Now we have to add the flip parameter, select it in the parameters ribbon. Specify the 2 points and place the label. We select one grip. Last thing to do is assign the flip action to this parameter, select it from the action ribbon and select the last flip status. Now double-click the exclamation sign and select all objects, place the action sign. Now we can close the block editor and check that our dynamic block properly flips. Now, let's try the stretch function on this dynamic block. As we can see, the block is comprised of 2 sections. For the sake of this example, let's make it so only the right side is stretched, since we want the narrow portion to remain the same size. Select linear stretch pair and choose the distance we want to stretch. We double-click the exclamation sign to complete the settings. Next we select both corners of the ends of the distance. We have to be careful not to include the left portion, since we don't want it to be affected by the stretch function. After that, we close the block editor and save our changes. Now let's try and stretch the object. We can see how the correct portion is stretched, while keeping the left side intact. Let's now talk about aligned dynamic blocks. Let's use this sink, which has been converted into a block. Now open it in the block editor and select the alignment parameter in the ribbon. We have to select the base point of alignment and its direction. Since the sink has to have its back pressed against the wall, we choose that side as the base point. Now we can see how the sink aligns itself with any wall automatically. Next we'll see how to rotate a dynamic block. We will use the same sofa model to try this. We will add a rotate parameter and action to this block. Let's open the block editor and select the rotation set in the parameters set. We have to select a start point and a radius for the parameter. Let's set a 180-degree angle. Now we place the label. We can see that the action settings are not done yet, so we double-click and select all objects. It's time to add the action now. Select the rotation parameter, set a start point radius and an angle of 0 and place the label. We add one grip and click Enter. Next, select the rotation action and click the parameter. Finish by selecting all objects, pressing Enter, and placing the label. After exiting the editor and confirming the changes, we can clearly see how the model is now able to be rotated. Finally, let's go over the visibility of a dynamic block. In this example we have a table with text, converted into a block. Let's open in the block editor. Select Visibility Set. And choose a location for the parameter. Let's double-click the exclamation sign. This is the Visibility States window, accessible via the Visibility ribbon. Let's create a new visibility state, Table 2. Choose Show All Existing Objects. Now we click the Make Invisible command and select the objects you wish to hide. Press Enter and select Current. Let's go back to the visibility states and create a third state and choose Other Objects to hide. Let's go back and save. We can now see the visibility states on the object, each one hiding different parts of the table. These were just some of the basic dynamic block parameters and actions in LusoCAD. Don't forget to keep practicing and check our other videos for more LusoCAD tutorials.